Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and this is a very special episode of Zoom Speak Easy. Happy Diwali. And this Diwali, I am celebrating with a person who's full of life, who's sparkling always and doing so well for herself. She's made us proud internationally and continues to do so. I'm talking about the lovely Manushi Chhillar. Hello.
Hello.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
It's so lovely that we are doing this here. There is something very special about festivals, isn't it?
Always.
Always, right?
And I think that's the one thing I love about like just living in a country like India, because every month there's something to celebrate.
Yeah, we just finished Ganesh Chaturthi,
Yeah.
Durga Puja, and here we are. But there's something very special about Diwali, right? Besides the lights and the amazing food, what I think we all cherish Diwali for is that we all try to take out some time and celebrate with family,
Yeah.
with friends, meet up, have fun. As actors, and especially now, you have become so busy, which is a great thing. Taking out that time specifically for festivals is something that everybody looks forward to.
Yes.
So how does the Chhillar residence look during Diwali, and what is your most favorite thing to do?
See, I've come from a family where both my parents were working. So we've always grown up to cherish that little time we got together. Yeah. Now, when my life is chaotic and busy and I'm like literally city hopping, there are days where I come home and I sleep, but I don't get to see my parents for like a week. So we really value that time that we get together. Luckily, during festivals, everyone's home, everyone's trying to do things together, everyone's deciding what we're going to eat. The parties we're going to, I kind of go and visit. So it's a fun time, and what I really love is that we all have our own traditions and our own roles when during a festival. And I think mine is to make a rangoli, which I have to do after this interview.
Oh, really?
So I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do there. But it's nice to actually have the family bond over, something as auspicious as Diwali.
And like we were discussing, with Diwali comes Diwali parties. This
Yes.
year, I see that Manushi is there in all the popular Diwali parties of the city.
God.
Of course, from the
I'm
Tirani
channeling my inner social butterfly for a change this
है ना?
season. Yeah.
But it looked like a lot of fun. You look
Yes.
stunning, by the way. I saw your
Thank
outfits
you.
and Manisha's and all the others that you've been going to.
Thank you.
Sure, there are a few more. But tell us how it has been, because you've been someone who's, of course, has put herself out there because of the profession that you're in. But you're also very private, right? And you kind of protected that part of it. But now you have people you worked with, you have friends. So it's a different, I think, step in the direction of it. So tell me how these parties have been for you.
See, I think, and fortunately for me, much before my first film came out, I think the industry and people in the industry have been very welcoming.
Yeah.
And I think I've had my own fair share of like going to a party. But personally, I think I never really... I always looked at it as a showing face situation. I don't think I wasn't the one who would mingle a lot.
Yeah.
Now that I've worked a little more, I'm more familiar with everyone that I'm working with. This time I kind of wanted to be more out there. I wanted to go have fun. I wanted to go out with friends that I now have.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's not too bad. But I think I inherently tend to be more reserved. I like my own space. Like we were just talking about it before the interview, that yes, I have done my few, parties and stuff, but I think tomorrow, especially when I'm pretty much going to be at home, I'm pretty much going to be in my own space doing my own thing.
With family.
And
right?
not available on phone at all for that one day.
Which is the best thing to do,
Yeah.
right? With the
Yes.
lives that you live in. I know that there is always great food. We've discussed
Yes.
this.
Yes.
I want to know, what does the Diwali table look like at your residence, and what's your
Oh my
favorite
God.
mithai and stuff to have?
So, of course, there's a lot of food, and my parents throughout the year are very, very strict and are very particular about what they're feeding us. So it's always a very like a fixed thing, boring food, but healthy food, good
correct.
food. Making sure we're getting enough protein and fat and carbs, and it's like our balanced diet, which our father, literally our father, sits and he measures how much we've had at the end of the day, because he's so specific about nutrition. But Diwali time is that one time where our mother's like, okay, taste buds are going to take over. And the one thing that I love, because I come from Haryana,
Correct.
we have aate ka halwa. And I love it. My mother makes it at home. And every year after the puja, we have so much of halwa, which is, of course, lots of sugar, lots of ghee, lots of grain. But that's one. It's also got a feeling of nostalgia to it, because even my grandparents, my paternal grandparents used to make it. My maternal grandparents always make it whenever there's a celebration at home. So yeah, I think halwa is something that we all really enjoy.
Fantastic. Listen, I exactly know, my friend had given me aate ka halwa, and it's just the best thing ever. That's the only way to describe it. Ekdam amazing. But we were discussing about Diwali parties. I must say, like I said, I think you looked absolutely stunning. Who
Thank
did
you.
you sort of were like, I like it? Which outfits do you think you really liked? You saw so many of them, all of them looked gorgeous, I know. But
Yes.
some that you really thought, and I really like that. And also, what is it that you like particularly styling yourselves during this festive season? How does that go by?
I think for me, it depends on mood. What am I feeling that day? Have I had a really long day, so I want to go easy peasy? Or am I feeling really dressy, so I want to go all out? It really depends. But what I always try to do, and that's what we've attempted to do, me and my team, that we've decided that this time our looks are not going to be repetitive. We are going to kind of channel different versions of me. Keeping the base and the core of it the same, because I am feminine and I like the whole classic feminine feel of things. But we've tried to do things differently. A look that I absolutely loved was Kriti's sari at Manish's party. I think it's a color that really complements her. The blue was lovely. I think the whole look put together, she is a pretty girl, but made her look even better.
What has been your favorite Diwali memory?
I think every year there's so much to Diwali. I mean, even growing up in the north, it would be that as a kid also, it would be that one time where I'd get to meet all my friends, which I still do. I think I had a lot more time to prepare for the festival. That's what I loved. Now it's just like, I mean, I was having a chat with my parents yesterday, and I said that, okay, I'm going to do the rangoli tomorrow, I promise. I'm going to help you decorate the house. And I'm also cooking dinner, Diwali dinner for them.
Oh,
so
lovely. What are you cooking?
I still have to sit with my brother, and we have to figure out a menu, because we're like, what do we do? But I've promised them it's going to be festive, it's going to be nice, and I'm going to try healthier versions of things. So that's a little bit of a challenge, but that's something I really want to do. And I think my favorite memory again would be with my sister. So me and my sister, we'd both be in charge of decorating our house. So the rangoli would be my department, lights would be her department. She'd kind of guide everyone what to do. So I think that time was great. Sometimes we would fight over creative differences. Then we'd make up, and I think that's the time that I've really enjoyed, and I really miss that about childhood, because my sister now lives in Chandigarh, so I don't get to see her that often. And this time, of course, she's celebrating Diwali at her house in Chandigarh, and we're here. So I'm really going to be missing her. But my favorite memory would be the whole decoration part of it.
Which is, I think,
And no matter how bad, our parents would always praise it. Love that.
I think you have an artistic streak.
No, love that about being a kid. Whatever you do, you can do no wrong.
You can do no wrong. पर मुझे ये जानना है कि lucky in love or lucky in cards? How well did you win? Did you play cards? Did you win?
I don't play cards, and I don't even know how to. So
None? Not even for fun?
I've never played. As in, I've played like versions of card games, but never on Diwali. I'd love to learn though. I'd love to learn those games, but I don't know how to play.
One I'll teach you. It's called marriage. My mother taught me. It's very like intelligent. I think you'll enjoy
She's really good at cards.
My mother, but I mean, like, she doesn't play it with money. She plays it because she likes the whole, like, the usage of the brain in tactics. But I will teach you that.
I don't know how to play cards. The only cards I play is Uno. I mean, I don't know how to play cards.
So what if when everybody else is playing, are you like standing in the corner observing, thinking, interesting?
I'm watching, I'm eating, I'm talking to my friends, I'm like tutoring people to not burst crackers, being that annoying person. I think I'm doing everything else.
I love it.
But we don't just have cards at home. We have, I think I enjoy playing Jenga a lot. So we play that. I think I'm really good at it.
You're good at Jenga.
So we have like this collection of board games that we play. So cards not necessarily.
Oh, listen, I'm a board game person.
Yeah?
We were gonna plan one day.
I find cards a little cliche also on Diwali.
हाँ कि खेलना ही है.
Yeah.
It's a thing, right? Everybody's doing
and
it.
पैसों के लिए तो मैं कभी नहीं खेलती.
Yeah.
एक बार मैंने अक्षय सर से कन्विंस होके लूडो खेल लिया था and I lost and I realized that don't and never again.
No?
Never again.
Oh God! I thought, okay, no problem. One day you're going to make sure that you win. We're going to win.
One day.
She's like one day.
I'll learn from your mom.
Yeah. We will.
Yeah.
What we saw in Great Indian Family was the fact that you had not done a role like that, right? You were presented very differently. There was a very different energy. I love the look, by the way. It was very...
Thank you.
Also, I think the character itself was extremely empowered in that way. You know, she wasn't waiting to be saved by anyone, and I think I liked that, right? Tell me a little more on that, because you know, I think the fate of the film might be anything, but you also got a lot of love for that.
I think that's the one thing. See, I've only had 2 releases, so I've never had that many opportunities to, those many opportunities to present myself in different characters. And I remember when after, this was during the first lockdown, and things had just opened up and I'd started doing my classes again, and I happened to be at YRF, and Adi sir was like, I need to talk to you. And I remember he came and he's like, you know what, we've done one film, and I feel that there is another film that I'm making, and I think that this girl is everything you don't seem to be in terms of expression. He said, I want to give you this challenge, but you see what what you feel about it. And I think he was very positive that this would be something good for me as an actor to kind of explore something very different.
Correct.
And I was new, I think I told him, I'm new, I'm just starting out, and for me, even today, I feel that variety is great, because during that prep, and that's what I really enjoy, you kind of discover a new side to yourself. And being someone who's been an introvert, I really enjoy that process. So I remember that happened, and I heard the narration, and I think I even did a few screen tests with Victor sir for a few scenes. And I think the first thing that he kind of taught me was you need to be able to curse in Hindi, abuse, and it needs to sound like you do this every day, okay, without thinking about it. I said, okay, fine. So I remember a lot of times he'd be like, just bol do, ye bol do, wo bol do. I used to be like, excuse my language, like, gade ka bacha. He's like, nahi, go more. So, yeah. So I think that funny thing was that was, what they really sat with me on.
Certified?
But
now you're certified, I can abuse well in Hindi when required types.
See, the feeling is the same, now the words are different. I think I've never used those words, but the feeling comes. There are situations in life where you feel like, I'm going to kill this person. But I'll tell you what I really enjoyed. I think that's the most fun I've had on set. I've said this before as well. I think Victor sir is one of the nicest people I know. He is lovely to work with. And, when you're working with Yash Raj, you're in good hands. You know that even if you're trying something really new, they will come to you and they'll be like, listen, you did not do a good job here, you better do a good job now. So I think that's what I like. I like the whole honesty. I had a good time. I think I just loved the fact that it was such a sweet, simple story on family. And I think for me, family is very special. So it was just a project I wanted to be a part of.
And also, of course, I'm sure, working with someone like Vicky, both of you, I think, had such a nice, warm sort of, bond. And I think that reflected. It looked like you all really vibed.
I think, Vicky is a wonderful actor, so there's a lot to learn from him. And this was only my second film. So for me to kind of see someone who, I experienced I experienced the best in the industry when I did my first film. And then working with Vicky, whose method of prep is so different. I remember we used to also do readings together. So we were quite comfortable by the time we started shoot. And he's just so easy, and he's just so sweet to work with. You can't get over the fact how sweet he is. And I think he just makes everything seem so normal. So I had a good time, and I think I learned a lot from him. And he's a wonderful actor, and that's something which I feel that people will agree everywhere. I think that's something you cannot debate about. You like him a lot when you see him on screen.
You're single and happy and just the way it is. Is that how it is?
I'm single.
Yeah.
And happy, and yeah, I think just taking each day as it comes.
But that'll not happen, right? I've spoken to a lot of actors about that, and they've given me interesting answers about that. That like you, they also hope that they manifest into meeting that person in some way or the other, and that relationship is genuine, right?
I mean, I've never thought about it. I've never
At all,
actively
no?
thought about it. I mean, I go to a party to kind of just enjoy, have fun, meet my friends, have a good time. And that's pretty much it. I also feel that sometimes we so actively look for something that we'll accept whatever is thrown at us. It's really important to value yourself, see your worth, and realize that whatever's meant for you will come to you.
Ladies, this is the best advice here. But I agree with this last
And
sentence.
you know what, to add to that,
Yeah.
now that I'm wiser and I've observed so much around me and I've seen a lot of my friends go through relationships, I personally feel that it's so important for men and women to both be independent in every aspect, because that's when you are going to accept what you truly feel is worth you. Deserve what you truly feel deserves you. And I think that's something which, fortunately for me, that's a self-worth that my parents had instilled at a very young age. So I feel that you need to, once you have something in your life, you need to work hard, you need to give it its due, and you need to value it. But till then, don't chase it.
And you were just saying, right? Like you're seen with someone, they'll click a picture and they'll scandalize. How do you deal with any kind of dating rumors that come out? Do you laugh over it? Do you for a moment take back and say, should I react to it? Because I think 2 years back, today I think you will react to things differently than when you start, right? I feel like more patience, thicker skin. True, no? True,
I
no?
think you get less affected by why are things being said about you which aren't true. Like you kind of get used to it. But I've never reacted. I think there have been a lot of things that have been said about me which are absolutely untrue, but I don't think I've ever, reacted or like tried to clarify it, because I believe that the people in my life, the people that truly matter, whether they are my friends or my family, know my life. I'm an open book. I mean, I live with my parents, so they pretty much know what my day is like and what I do. I've never hid anything from them. But if strangers would think something otherwise, I don't see I'm too busy just figuring out my life and how demanding my profession is. My energy goes into that. I don't think I've never clarified anything before.